So this is my kinetic Mirage bow. Now when I came to put the Mantis adapter on this, it wasn't as easy as my recurve. I didn't find that I had many kind of flat spaces that I could actually attach the adapter. As far as I could see, there couldn't be anywhere near where I was sort of shooting. There was just nowhere sort of flat to put it. Look how many sort of gaps and holes there are sort of going up the bow. So I thought my best bet was going to be putting it on the sight bar block. I'd actually thought about sticking it on the top here like that, but it wasn't great because the main dongle part hung over it a little bit. So what I did was, and I was surprised to find this actually, that on Thingiverse, if you're into 3D printing at all, someone had already designed a it's for an Avalon actually, but it sort of does fit this any sort of angle curved standard kind of sight arm. This will fit on. So I've got a couple of screws with bolts on and a couple of washers. I printed it out. Basically it fits it really nice and snugly, stays on, really no movement at all, and it's got the three grid lines where you can just slot on which way around. It's up to you which way around you want it, but it was quite a good fit actually. If I can get it on. There you go. So that fitted on quite well. So now I'm going to go out and shoot with it and show you the results that I got from my compound in the app with the dongle adapter on the sidearm there. Here we are. Okay, so we've done some shooting on the compound now. I've done shooting with this Mantis already on the recurve, and that's in other videos if you want to watch those. But I just wanted to try it out on my compound bow as well. The main reason really for wanting to do the compound was because I wanted to see what the results came out with, because I thought they would be the release would be a lot smoother because you weren't using a sort of finger release and things like that. Really, I just expected the quality of the shooting score to be higher than the recurve, and especially for me anyway. So let's look on my history. So I declared, set up my compound things in the settings. So I've said this before, but basically you change the compound in here and change your distances in here, and then start shooting. So as you saw before, I'd set up the adapter, the dongle, onto my compound bow, and it stayed where it was for the shooting, so it was absolutely fine. Where I placed it on the sight bar. So if we go into, well actually just start here straight away, you can see I did 3 lots of compound, and you can see that my recurve, going back down to my early scores of kind of 84, 85, whereas then the compounds were kind of hitting, well, we started off with a 91 average there kind of thing, but then we were going up to the 94s for those. So you can see there was a fair bit of increase, a good 10-point increase between the two. That could be down to a smooth release via a trigger. And just something else I wanted to point out, I did actually move to using a clicker. Those recurve scores were without a clicker. And I actually used a clicker on those 30 shots that I did last, and that came out at 90. So that was my highest recurve score with a clicker compared to not using a clicker on those. So let's have a look at the 14 shots I did in here. Let's look up. Setups are a bit squiggly, aren't they? The holds aren't too bad. And the releases are kind of in the middle. So that one 95, 96, 97, we're going up. No, we're going down at 91, 92, 95. Just pick out the 97. 98. Ooh. 94. Right, let's stick with a really good one. 98. So apparently we can't get much better than that. We're only 2 points away from 100 if people are scoring 100. So on the release, you can see we went a little bit left and right to start off with, a little bit up and down, and then the release was really smooth. I might not show it here on this sort of main screen, but it was really smooth along here on the up and downs and the left and right, so that's good. I can see why that got a high score. I don't know what this was recording at the beginning. Maybe it was recording the settling down or the pullback of hitting the wall on the compound. I don't know, the back wall, pulling it back. But then it really smoothed out as well. So the hold was pretty good there. Nice straight lines. Now the setup itself, it's difficult to say whether a setup is good. Obviously it was a good lot of up and down, but then we had a little bit of a movement here, and we had a little bit of a left and right. I suppose as long as you sort of finish on the target and you're holding well, and then you're going to release to where you're shooting, then that's great. So arrow 13, there you go, that's where it went by moving across to the placement. So what arrow was that one that was even closer? Oh. Come on. What arrow were you? Oh, you were that one. You were 14. But you got 94. So that could have just been luck, really, I suppose. But 98 was the better shot. Timing wise, I don't think. What are we looking at? 13. Wow. If that was a great score, then the timings were totally different to all my other shots. You see, my setup was very quick by the looks of it, and the same for the hold was a little bit quicker. Yeah, weird. It was a bit quicker. Maybe that's the way to go. 13. You see this sort of canting of the bow. I can't believe it was 36 degrees one way. Don't know when that was recorded, to be honest. Whereas that was more of a straight line. Whereas 14 was more of a straight line. I'd have expected that 13 to be like a straight line. So this is where you see your pitch and canting of each shot. So I'm just going to go back to the recurve one. And look at my shots in here. Oop. Canting, look. Very straight, all of those. On the recurve, I'd have expected to have seen that. I'd have expected to have seen that in the compound one, to be honest. Let's go back to the 5 shots. Yeah, the first two were straight, but then it seems to have recorded a bit of angles on those other three. We went to the 18, didn't we? Sorry, no we didn't. Let's go back to the 18. Really? I shot it sideways, nearly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about these values. I have to find out about when they're kind of recorded, because I can't quite believe that number. What was that, 14? Yeah, 14. Let's have a look at 14 then. The shot that I took sideways. Yeah, was it at the setup time when there was a bit of movement? The hold was good though, and the release was good. Maybe it records the canting when it's in the setup. Somehow it came out with that kind of horizontal line anyway. Okay, so that's it for now really. I just wanted to have a look at these compound numbers really compared to my recurve numbers. Obviously this was, as I said before, this is the clicker, this was my compound scores, and then my early non-clicker kind of recurve scores were lower, so there is a marked improvement. You will see a higher score, or you should see a higher score come out of a compound, mainly I think because of the mechanical release. Okay, great, thanks for watching, speak to you soon.